Hey y'all, happy 100th Black History Month, and here are 4 more books that you should be reading all year long. Alright, so this is the 5th season, which is part of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I say that she's one of them black classics that you've got to get into. So the Broken Earth trilogy is a fantasy trilogy about the Earth and its 5th season, and its 5th season is always something different and catastrophic. I don't exactly remember what it is currently in this book, but it's hard to say because the way this book works is that it's telling 3 different timelines simultaneously, and they all meet at the very end of the book. So if you're a thinker and if you're somebody that doesn't mind an intense fantasy with lots of world building and lots of magic that's based in real science, I think you should definitely get into this because it's super nerdy, super well written, and the plot is thick with 3 C's. Of course, it also has themes of colonization in it, themes about racism in it, and themes about problematic systems and structures that oppress different classes of people. And that is the purpose of fantasy, right? It is to discuss these things in a way that is fun and magical and in a different world. It exercises your imagination to see beyond your current circumstances. And I think that the 5th season and the Broken Earth trilogy is a great example of that. It's also one of those series where if you want to say that you're a fantasy nerd, you've got to get into the 5th season, bro. Like it's a qualification. Of course, you don't have to. You don't have to listen to me, but I feel like it's one of those fantasy series. All right, so this next book is actually very fitting because it's called How Long Till Black Future Month. And this is a collection of short stories by N.K. Jemisin, where I feel like if you're unsure about getting into N.K. Jemisin's catalog, this is a great way to try her style of writing before you actually start reading some of her larger projects. In the beginning of the book, she even says that she herself wasn't really into writing short stories or whatever, but because she did, I mean, we got this. And I think it was fantastic. This is actually why I want to get into The City We Became. And it has a lot of sci-fi and fantasy and futuristic type stories that feature black people and actually acknowledge our history and how our history can then build and lead to our future, which is very important that we can imagine a future outside of our current circumstances, because that's how we got here. That's how we became writers and we became successful, because our ancestors were able to imagine this future for us outside of their current circumstances. So don't forget to get into that. Also, y'all, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, which is in the place where you find the LINKS. I write dark themes with positive messages, dystopian, and fantasy.